Hello friends, welcome to the platform of Darshanik. This is Akshay Kadam. So guys, today on this platform of Darshanik, we are going to discuss one model practice questions from ethics paper. So we are going to discuss questions from the topic of syllabus, ethics and human interface, essence of ethics or dimensions of ethics. Okay, and so guys, already in my app classes, in my previous recordings, I have discussed with you three dimensions of ethics: meta-ethics, normative ethics and descriptive ethics. And under meta-ethics, we already discussed three debates. There are four debates in meta-ethics, three we have discussed. That is ground up moral status. Then we have discussed a debate about absolutism versus relativism, objectivism versus subjectivism. And then one debate we will discuss in follow-up classes on our app, that is culture, ethics, interrelation and Kohlberg stages of moral development. Now, regarding absolutism, relativism debate, okay, there is one question that I wanted to discuss with you, okay, model practice question about relativism and how we need to, how you should frame the question, how you should answer this question, we will discuss now. So, question that I have framed, it is not previously a question, this is a question I have framed, that relativism is the only practical philosophy in age of globalization. Comment. Okay, relativism is the only practical philosophy in age of globalization. Comment. Now understand guys, okay, answer we will go in detail, but whenever you get suffixes like comment, critically analyze, elucidate, etc., okay, you need to mind those suffixes. So first of all, you understand there are almost 40-45 suffixes that UPSC uses, and generally if you study all those suffixes and what they expect from you, that what you should answer, okay, then largely they you realize that these suffixes can be grouped in 9-10 categories. So on my YouTube channel, I have already recorded lectures about those suffixes, and in each suffix, these 9-10 categories, what you supposed to write. Okay, so do check out those lectures. You will get very comprehensive idea about this. Now, so whenever you have this comment, critical analyze, these kind of suffixes, first what you have to do is to agree with the idea, disagree with the idea, and put your common, your final argument as a conclusion, the critical analysis. Okay, so here we will be doing this, that relativism is the only practical philosophy in age of globalization. Now why so? So I already discussed guys that relativism is a philosophy, okay, that believes in existence of multiple truths, okay, infinite truths, and relativism doesn't believe in one absolute doctrine that must be followed or implemented across the universe, across the cultures. Absolutism believes in such a immutable universal truths. Truths that you have to follow regardless of time, situation, context, culture, etc. While relativism says that there are no such absolute truths. Truths, okay, vary with time, situation, and that's how relativism allows for moral flexibility. It doesn't focuses or forces one truth on the society, and because it allows for this moral flexibility, okay, in relativism you can reason about morality. In relativism, morality is situation based. Okay, and in relativism there are moral justification exist. There in relativism the moral rationalization are possible. In relativism moral exceptions can exist. Okay, now what I mean by all these points, then you need to check my class regarding absolutism, relativism on my app classes. But coming to the point, thus moral relativism allows for justification, rationalization, exceptions. Moralism is not based on situation, is situational, allows to take you situation into account, and because of that guys, moral relativism allows us moral flexibility, and because of this moral flexibility, relativism teaches us, okay, that multiple truths exist. Your truth, other people's truth, all can exist simultaneously, and what is right or you regard right conduct for you may not be right conduct for others. Something might be right for you, may not be right for other people, and that's why you should respect others' rights and others should respect your right. Okay, and this is a very important argument, and because of this relativism, then relativism teaches us to respect each other's moral values. It teaches us tolerance for each other's values. It teaches us diversity, and that's why, okay, relativism is very important philosophy in age of globalization. Because in age of globalization, different cultures are coming together, people from different backgrounds coming together, and so we can't expect all of them to follow one universal moral laws. Okay, and that's why relativism becomes very practical philosophy in age of globalization. And this relativism idea was advocated by Jeremy Bentham, John Stuart Mill in consequentialist theory, and also in India by legendary Mahavira in the theory of Anekantvad, infinite doctrines that he advocated. And I told you Gandhi was also a relativist thinker. Okay, and so guys, okay, Gandhi ke liye, I wanted to give you one example about this relativist thinking of Gandhi, that multiple truths exist and how this helps us create a harmonious society by reducing conflicts in globalization. So guys, Gandhi, okay, when used to respect cow tremendously, Gandhi बहुत गो माता को used to worship इतने लेवल पे that Gandhi never used to drink a milk of a cow. Gandhi used to say drinking milk is also sin. Okay, वो दूध जो है वो बछड़े के लिए बना है, and by drinking cow's milk I am doing a sin. अब guys, so much Gandhi was used to like cow, and now in 1947 when India got independence, okay, there was a lot of violence going on everywhere, and Gandhi was very upset seeing all this violence. He totally lost hope in faith in even life. He wasn't interested even in living, seeing so much of violence. He wasn't even celebrating Independence Day. He wasn't even in Delhi on 15th August 1947. Okay, he was in Naukali stopping Hindu-Muslim riots. Okay, and so when Gandhi was so much saddened with this violence and everything, okay, when Constituent Assembly was functioning, okay, people in Constituent Assembly, okay, were diehard Gandhi supporters. Okay, and even when there were many who wasn't Gandhi supporters, but they were there in Constituent Assembly because of Gandhi allowed that to happen. Okay, because when India got independence, Gandhi wrote letter to Nehru stating in one line that it's not Congress who has got independence, it is India who has got independence. And you should take all India together. And after that later, Gandhi appointed even Ambedkar in a Constituent Assembly as a chairman. He even appointed Shyama Prasad Mukherjee and all other people in Constituent Assembly who fought against Congress in those elections. Even Nehru, Gandhi took them together. Now when this constituent was getting drafted, okay, people knew about Gandhi's sadness and everything. And so Constituent Assembly was literally debating, okay, to make beef ban as one of the fundamental right may provision. Okay, we would have, we might have be having separate article, fundamental rights of the cows, okay, asking for total beef ban. Okay, but guys, when this Constituent Assembly was debating this, Gandhi wrote letter to Constituent Assembly. And Gandhi clearly stated in that letter that yes, cow is a very holy animal. It gives us so much. It's so non-violent and peaceful animal. It's a part of our survival, okay, and our lifestyle for so many years. And it gives us so much unconditionally, okay, and we should respect cow. But just because cow is holy for Hindus, Jain, Buddhists, etc., okay, and that's why, okay, all other people should respect cow, that's not the right thing to do. There are many people in India, Muslim, Christian, for them cow is not holy. Many tribal people in Northeast, etc., for them cow is not holy. It's part of, even beef is part of their diet. And so, if you want them to respect our laws, want to force our laws on them, then also imagine a situation that in America, Europe, okay, or in Middle East, idolatry is blasphemous. And so if they passed a law that in America, Europe, Middle East, there won't be any more temples, no idolatry will be allowed, will you be okay with that? Okay, and if you are not okay, okay, that you don't want Middle East or Europe to pass such a legislations, then don't discuss even this legislation. And after this Gandhi's letter, okay, then this provision, this debate was dropped, and cow protection from this beef ban from being a fundamental right, it ended up becoming, okay, DPSP, cow protection became directive principle of the state policy. So indirectly what Gandhi was saying, that how relativism may, we should have tolerance and respect for each other's moral values, we should have respect for diversity, and then only this process of globalization, okay, will be more harmonious, sustainable. And that's what you have to write in this question in your answer. Okay, so relativism is a moral philosophy which believes in existence of multiple moral truths. Define first relativism. कोई भी क्वेश्चन आता है उसके core term, you have to start by defining that. So relativism rejects unique truthfulness of any ideological position. It rejects the idea that one group's moral norms are superior to any other. कि मेरा ही नॉर्म सबसे महान, मेरा ही भगवान सबसे महान, मेरा ही धर्म सबसे महान. Relativism rejects that. It tries to ask you to respect each other's moral norms. Okay. So this respect and acceptance for conflicting moral values lead to tolerance and diversity. और इसी acceptance से that हर किसी का norm सही हो सकता है could be a great moral law in their own context as per their own religion or culture, and that's why it allows for existence of tolerance and diversity and helps in peaceful resolution of conflicts and create harmonious society. Okay, and allows us for peaceful resolution of conflicts and create harmonious society. Okay, in today's globalized world, चलो तो relativism की basic idea justify की and why it will create harmonious society वो भी बताया क्योंकि it allows for moral flexibility, tolerance and diversity. अब we will come to address second part, age of globalization. Okay, why in age of globalization it is more relevant? So in today's globalized world, different cultures are coming in desperate contact with each other. Different cultures are coming in desperate contact with each other. People from different ethnicities, nationalities, religious backgrounds are working together in multinational companies, traveling across continents, घूमने के लिए हम जाते हैं, tourism etc. Okay, and there has been increase in interreligious, intercaste marriages in globalization. And now when people from two cultures will come in contact with each other, will work together, will live together, will raise family together, then in that, if one partner tries to force his value on another, one company tries to force his values on people from other nation, community, etc., it will create lot of conflicts. Okay, and these conflicts may have potential to go to an extreme extent of causing riots, or the way Germany may what happened was a ethnic cleansing. To that level things can go, and so in globalized world, then relativism becomes all the more important. नाउ आपने रिलेटिविज्म को डिफाइन किया, ग्लोबलाइज में ये क्यों इंपॉर्टेंट है वो डिफाइन किया. नाउ ये जो ग्लोबलाइजेशन में ये सारे कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स हो सकते हैं वो इंडिया भी एक्सपीरियंस कर रहा है, उसको भी थोड़ा इंडियन कॉन्टेक्स्ट में आंसर में डाल दो. सो हाउ टू ऐड इंडियन कॉन्टेक्स्ट? सो दिस हैज पोटेंशियल टू क्रिएट कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स व्हिच इवन इंडियन सोसाइटी इज एक्सपीरियंसिंग एंड कैन बी ऑब्जर्व्ड इन कंट्रोवर्सीज. और ये इंडिया के कॉन्टेक्स्ट में, और सिर्फ ये मत बोलो कि इंडिया एक्सपीरियंस कर रहा है, एग्जाम्पल के साथ जस्टिफाई करो. एंड हाउ इन इंडिया वी आर ऑब्जर्विंग दिस कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स, that we are observing these conflicts in a controversies regarding Valentine Day, whether one should celebrate Valentine Day or not. Okay, Jallikattu versus animal rights. Okay, and then women entry into Sabrimala, women empowerment, feminism, and Indian tradition of Sabrimala temple ki, or beef ban. Should it be passed a law, legislation banning beef, or so on? So all these controversies are outcome of this cultural contact or fusion. Okay. And relativism is only practical philosophy, और ये क्यों ज़्यादा practical है? Because it has a capacity to address such a conflicts, because it emphasizes cultural diversity. So relativism emphasizes cultural diversity, and that's what makes it more suitable to address all such a controversies, problems that globalized world is creating. Relativism promotes the idea that ethical judgment should be made within the context of specific cultures. Okay. So relativism promotes the idea that ethical judgments should be made within the context of specific cultures. तो relativism क्या कहता है कि आपका जो भी moral judgment है वो एक culture के हिसाब से होता है, एक religion के हिसाब से होता है. तो हर किसी का judgment is applicable on his culture, on his religion. He shouldn't try to force in on other religion, others culture. तो इस्लाम क्रिश्चियनिटी में idolatry नहीं है. They might find it correct. You can't say कि Hindus are doing it wrong. Okay, you have your own gods. Can't say कि हमारा ही भगवान सबसे महान. Your God is not. तो आपको मे भी लगता है आपके हिसाब से. You should speak on behalf of your own self, जो महावीरा बोलते थे. ओके, जैनिज्म ही का नहीं भी का धर्म है. मैं ही सही नहीं, तू भी सही, मैं भी सही. ओके, एंड दैट्स व्हाट दिस रिलेटिविज्म अलाउज फॉर दिस context where it takes into account the cultural context. And when you take cultural context into account, doesn't matter globalized world में, okay, cultures are fusing. Okay, we need to make space for this cultural diversity. Okay, अभी मैं थोड़ा descriptive answer दे रहा हूँ, but you have to shorten it and write precisely in word limit. But at the same time, we have to acknowledge limitations of relativism. But देखना critically analyze कर रहे हैं हम, comment कर रहे हैं, चलो relativism accept तो किया, ये idea है and it is suitable. But no, it has also some problems. Other side भी लिखो that it have to acknowledge limitation of relativism. Relativism faces challenges in providing ethical guidance in situations where cultural practices may conflict with the fundamental human rights. Okay, so relativism faces challenges in providing ethical guidance in situation where cultural practices may conflict with fundamental rights. ये भी होता है। तो रिलेटिविज्म में अगर वी अलाउ कल्चर्स रिस्पेक्ट ऑफ ईच अदर्स कल्चर्स, लेकिन सम कल्चर में ओके इवन फंडामेंटल राइट्स आर बीइंग वायलेटेड। ईरान में हिजाब इज कंपल्सरी, एजुकेशन यहाँ पे बैन कर दिया, ओके अफगानिस्तान ने, ओके नॉर्थ कोरिया में देयर आर नो फंडामेंटल राइट्स। सो वी कांट से कि चलो आपकी कंट्री में फंडामेंटल राइट नहीं है, दैट्स ओके। ओके अफ्रीका में वॉरलॉर्ड्स काम करते हैं, देयर इज नो डेमोक्रेसी बट स्टिल वी विल ट्रेड विथ यू, नो। ओके we sometimes this cultural norms, cultural moral laws can conflict with the fundamental human rights, and there we can't say aap bhi sahi aur hum bhi sahi. We need to force some moral values, and that's why relativism has some limitation which come out, okay, when we see that it can't it faces a challenge in providing ethical guidance in situation where cultural practices may conflict with fundamental human rights. So when किसी culture का कोई practice affects your fundamental right, okay, in that case we can't go for relativism. Relativism can't help us in such a situation. So resolving such a conflicts can be difficult, okay, in absence of universal ethical principle, and in such a situation we need universal ethical principles that need to be forced, okay. And as a human, doesn't matter which culture he belongs to, he should get human rights. Doesn't matter which religion he belongs to, he should get he should get fundamental rights. सेम वे एक्सट्रीम रिलेटिविज्म कैन लीड टू मोरल निहिलिज्म। थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट कंसेप्ट है ये, लेकिन यू विल अंडरस्टैंड। सो रिलेटिविज्म में क्या कहते हैं, तू भी सही मैं भी सही, तो एवरीथिंग इज करेक्ट, देन देयर इज नथिंग इज करेक्ट एंड देयर इज नथिंग रॉन्ग एट द सेम टाइम। ओके, नो वन नोज एनीथिंग एंड नो वन, एवरीवन नोज एवरीथिंग एंड नो वन नोज एनीथिंग, एंड दिस लीड्स टू मोरल निहिलिज्म। अब सच बोले या ना बोले, इट इज बेस्ड ऑन सिचुएशन। So speak truth or lie, कोई norm ही नहीं, and if there is no moral norm, then there is moral nihilism. So relativism में when you accept multiple truths and respect multiple truth, then there is indirectly no truth, okay. And so relativism in extreme form can create nihilism. Then you can't criticize even wrong things of other people. You can't criticize, okay, negative or unethical things. Even unethical things will get justified under relativism. And so relativism may create moral cowards, reformers will become criminals, okay, and because of that, okay, it has a potential to be a morally nihilistic philosophy, whereas all moral claims will be considered equally valid, and in such a case it will be very difficult to criticize immoral unethical practices. We won't be able to criticize immoral unethical practices, it will lead to nihilism, okay. And some global issues such as climate change, public health crisis, human right violations necessitate existence of not relative but shared moral truths, okay. और आज जो दुनिया कुछ प्रॉब्लम जो फेस कर रही है, okay, like global warming के लिए I told you nature worship we need as a universal value to deal with problem like public health crisis, human rights violations, okay, can't be dealt via moral relativism. We need some shared universal moral truths, immutable moral truths accepted by all cultures. And so globalization thus requires framework that allows for moral cultural diversity along with commitment to certain universal principle to navigate complexity of globalized world. तो फिर मैंने इसको conclude कैसे किया? And thus we require a framework, ना कि रिलेटिविज्म गलत है या एब्सोल्यूटिज्म सही है, एब्सोल्यूटिज्म गलत रिलेटिविज्म सही. वी नीड अ फ्रेमवर्क जिसमें दोनों को स्पेस हो. सो वी नीड अ मोरल फ्रेमवर्क दैट अलाउज फॉर moral cultural diversity. We need cultural diversity, okay, along with commitment to some basic shared principle, shared values to navigate the complexity. So to a limit, we will accept cultural diversity, but beyond that, we need to stand by the moral, shared, universal moral values that all culture, society, religions agree on. इसको violate नहीं करना. Other than that, in absolute principle को you have to stick to, and other than these absolute moral principles, other principle में cultural relativism. So we have to create a right blend of these two values to smoothen the process of globalization. So you agreed as well as disagreed with the question. अब इसमें देखना कितने लेवल पे हमने क्वेश्चन को डिबेट किया है, and that you need to do. So first we define relativism. So definition का एक part, इसकी core idea हमने establish की. It doesn't believe in one universal truth. It respects and allows conflicting truth. Then globalized world में why we are discussing this? We debated that because it allows for because globalization में intermarriage etc. everything is increasing, that we discussed. Then why moral relativism is, then even India is experiencing that globalization में conflicts. Third point we discussed. Why relativism will be suitable? Because it allows for moral flexibility, etc. तो वो भी why it is practical more, okay. And it allows for cultural diversity, cultural sensitivity, वो भी point. So 4 points we discussed. Then relativism के weakness, it creates problem, human right violations कर सकता है, वहाँ पे एक problem. Relativism can create problem and may lead to nihilism, and sometimes, okay, we need moral values. 6 point वो भी. And then finally some issues we need absolute values, climate change, etc. उसका एक example दिया 7, okay. And then 8 में your conclusion का point. 8 point पे you debated this question, okay. 10 marker question, 8 point, you will definitely get very, very good marks, okay. So that's how you should be framing your answers. So thanks for listening, guys, and stay tuned to my Darshanik IAS YouTube channel for more such recordings. And to download these notes, you can download or join me on UPSC Ethics Paper Telegram channel. And those who are listening to this on my app, okay, you can download the notes from the platform, okay. So stay tuned there on my Darshanik app for more classes. And those who are listening on YouTube, okay, enroll and download my app Darshanik by Kadam sir from Play Store. And there I will be discussing with you these topics and many more questions very comprehensively in very much depth. So thanks for listening, guys, and stay tuned.